Hey guys, it's Will. It's Hong Kong Cinema Appreciation Society. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here and you could hit the subscribe button, that would be really great. Great. Thank you so much. And we've had a lot of new subscribers recently. It's been really excellent. So I thank you for everyone who has shared our videos, everyone who comments, everyone who gives us a thumbs up, engages in the community, everyone is in the Facebook group. It's been like a really cool time to be running this channel. A lot of exciting stuff has been happening recently. And I'm here to kind of talk to you a little bit about that. I have a huge bag full of DVDs and a couple Blu-rays. That's really what I'm here to show off. Yesterday, I interviewed Frank Zheng in person. So he was down in LA and we met at Loyola Marymount University. As I've previously said on this channel, I've actually been named an affiliate professor and scholar in residence at the Marymount Institute, which is a scholarly institute within Loyola Marymount University. So we were able to meet on campus. We filmed a full hour-long interview. And then FJ DeSanto came, because he's a friend of Frank's and they haven't seen each other in a while. He came and had lunch with us. And so I've talked about FJ a lot on this channel before. He's been a huge supporter of the channel basically since I started it. He sends me tons of old releases, mostly stuff on DVD, sent me a couple Blu-rays too. He's a huge Jackie Chan fan and has been since like the 80s, since he was like a teenager basically. He has so many great stories about Jackie and I had an amazing time meeting him and finally meeting Frank too in person and having lunch together, and it was a really, really cool time. We had a lot of fun. I'm really excited about more stuff that we can do at LMU, which is Loyola Marymount University, moving forward as COVID starts to dwindle a little bit and we can start getting back on campus again and stuff like that. But FJ brought me a huge bag full of movies at the lunch yesterday. So what I'm going to do today is show you what's in there. So I'm just going to reach down into the bag and pick some stuff up and we'll get on with the show. So first up we have what is one of my favorite movies. It's definitely a top 10 Jackie Chan movie for me. It's probably a top 10 Hong Kong movie altogether. The movie is Winners and Sinners. I just love this movie. I don't know what to say. Some people think it's too corny, that the humor is too ridiculous. That's why I like it. I love ridiculous and corny humor. And this is like, the old school Universal Laserco non-anamorphic DVD. It is just super cool. And I am very, very excited to have this. I then have Millionaire Express. So FJ was telling me that right around when Blu-ray became a thing, like at the end of the DVD craze, there were new editions of all these classic Hong Kong films released in Hong Kong. As you can see, this is a Fortune Star release here. And it's Joy Sales film and video distribution on the back here that had these slip cases. So I've never seen this version of Millionaire Express before. I have the older, non-anamorphic, like the Winners and Sinners one I just showed you, but not this kind of fancier one, which I think is super, super cool. So if you don't know, one of the reasons people give me these old DVDs is that, and I've talked about this a lot on the channel before, but if you're new here, just in case you don't know, I'm sorry if I'm repeating myself for the people who have been here before, but we're building an archive essentially that we want to put together in one place. And we might put it at LMU, like in the library or in the Marymount Institute or somewhere like that, so that we have all of these physical editions of all of these films across all of these years so people can look. And I can even show you, right? Like here's the Eureka edition of Millionaire Express. So you could come and you could see this, and you could see this right next to it, and you could see the non-anamorphic, old school DVD release, and then we could have a VHS release, and you can see the history of the culture of these films and how they're released, where they're released, why they're released, and get an idea of the continuity and the lineage and the history of the films. The Young Master, hell yes, another one of these old school non-anamorphic. I love these, the big solid cases, and there's the little thing where you can put your thumb in to open it. Classic. Yes, please. All right, I'm gonna get another big bunch of movies down here. There's so much good stuff in here. I don't know where to begin. I should also say that FJ also gave me Shanghai with Sammo and Yoon Biu and everyone else is in that film, but Frank had never seen that movie before, so I gave it to him. So Frank's got that now. But thank you to FJ, and hopefully Frank enjoys that film. Hell yeah, Twinkle Twinkle Lucky Stars. I love this movie. If I had to rank the Lucky Stars films, well, why don't I just do a different video on that? And I won't I won't. I want to say I won't blow my whole load in one spot, but that sounds wrong to say. So this is not a Hong Kong film, but if you watch the channel, you'll know I'm a huge Kurosawa fan, and this is a sealed copy of the Criterion DVD release of Rashomon. That is so cool, and this has commentary by Donald Ritchie. So if you're not a big fan of Japanese cinema, or if you don't follow these things, Donald Ritchie was, if I'm not mistaken, in the American military in Japan right after the war, and he ended up staying there. And he's written memoirs. He wrote, I mean, I'm pretty sure that he passed away, but he wrote a lot of stuff over the course of his life. And one of the things that he wrote is a book called The Films of Akira Kurosawa, where he just watches them and analyzes them. But one of the things that's crazy about it is that he was on the set of Throne of Blood, and he actually met Kurosawa. And so, as opposed to like a lot of these commentaries that you get from film critics who are people who don't know the filmmakers, who are really just, it's kind of more academic, and like they're looking at the movie after the fact and analyzing it from their perspective of their scholarly interest. This is a guy who lived in Japan, speaks Japanese, had extensive experience around Japanese cinema, and was actually on the set of a Kurosawa movie. So that's really cool for me. Okay, so this, I had actually never seen this edition of this film before. This is Election 2. This and Election are probably my favorite Johnny To films. And for a while, this was my favorite. And then I rewatched Election. I was like, maybe I like the first one more. I can't decide. But I've never, like I said, I've never seen this edition before. Louis Koo. And I just think it's so cool. So I'm really happy to have this. And maybe I'll watch it and compare it to the... I have like the Tartan Asia DVD release of this film, so maybe I could do a little comparison thing. And there you go. I'm going to go and reach in and get another big pile of movies. Okay, so here's something else that Jeff J told me he just threw in for fun, because you'll see it's not Hong Kong. Hell yes, it's the Die Hard DVD box set with like these chunky ass cases with like the double disc editions. So let me show you this, right? It's got disc 1 and disc 2. You remember this. If you're like my age or older and you were big into DVD collecting and stuff, you definitely remember. It was a big deal when these Die Hard DVDs came out. The only Die Hard movie actually that I own is the first one. So this is really exciting for me too, because you get the other two classic ones in the original trilogy. So there's 3, there's 2. I'm going to say something controversial, and I'm going to say that I honestly like 2 more than I like 3. And I know that like a lot of people I know are like huge fans of Die Hard with a Vengeance, and they just like, there's no question for them. Like, best movie in the series is the first one, the second best is the third one, and so on and so forth. But I really like, these are so, like, they're so chunky, they almost look like VHS cases. But I really like the second one, and I'm really excited to have all of these. And I think this is a really cool to get these Die Hard films. Okay, so next up, this is really, really exciting, because this is a movie I haven't seen in years and years and years. And maybe you've heard of it, and maybe you know who this guy is. The film is Enter the Dragon. It is Bruce Lee, and this is a Blu-ray set. Look at that dragon. It's entering. And it's got the Blu-ray in it, as you can see here. And then it's got this little booklet. This is a set that I've seen other people unbox before. But there's Raymond Chow there, right? And but I've never seen it in person myself. And now I have it. There you go. I mean, this movie is like, there are people who think this movie is a bad movie, and then it's just famous because of how iconic it is in culture and stuff like that. I haven't seen it in so long, I honestly can't comment on that. But it's such a famous movie. It's like so iconic, not to like, beat a dead horse with that. Wow, look at this. It's got an Enter the Dragon Bruce Lee patch. It's got, I can write my name on here, is hereby deputized as an ally of the dragon. That is so cool. Wow. So here, this looks like a copy of the front page of the script. And then we have a postcard. And we have a postcard. And we have with the selective color and the selective black and white. These are kind of fun. And we have a postcard. So if you don't know, this right here doing the backflip, that's Yun Hua, if I'm not mistaken. because he did Bruce Lee's like acrobatics as his stunt double. Because Bruce Lee was really more of like a more pure martial artist than he was like a stunt and acrobatics person. And Yuen Wah is like really well known for his kind of like acrobatics ability. Check this out. That is so cool. Ooh. Oh man. And I'm not even done yet. There's 3 more things left in here. And I think you're going to be pretty impressed by what they are. All right, so let me put this away. Oh, this is so cool, this box. Okay, that's what she said. All right, what if we go from Bruce Lee to Bruce Lee? What? Look at this mega set. So this is the Hong Kong Bruce Lee complete set. DVD. It's got like a magnetic fold-out cover. Look at this. And then it folds out to here where it's got all the discs. And some of these are not even opened, FJ was telling me. Yeah, see, so look, so we have The Big Boss. This is unopened. And these are like the slim case DVDs. We have Way of the Dragon, unopened. We have, there's like a booklet here. I'll get to that in a second. Fist of Fury. Hell yeah. That might be my favorite Bruce Lee movie. Like I said, it's been a long time. I need to rewatch them. But and then we have, this is the bonus features. And so it's got, and this is open. So this looks like the main reason he bought this set. Game of Death Collector's Cut. No Good Shots. Enter the Dragon alternate opening credits. And interviews. And then we've got Enter the Dragon. And we've got Game of Death. Look at that. Oh, that's such a great picture. And Game of Death 2, which I don't think I've ever seen this. I might be wrong, but I don't think I've ever seen Game of Death 2. Oh, wow, look at this. And it's got a catalog of upcoming titles, and I'm sure you'll recognize a lot of the stuff that's on here. Better Tomorrow, The Killer, Once Upon a Time in China box set, Jackie and Sammo box set, Police Story box set, Sammo Hung box set, Project A box set, and Jackie Chan box set. That's pretty awesome. And I haven't even gotten to the booklet yet, so let me figure out how these puzzle pieces fit back together, and then I will show you the booklet. All right, so it's called Ultimate. I'm guessing this is called like the Ultimate Bruce Lee box set, and that's why the booklet is called Ultimate. So you've got the classic yellow there, like the yellow jumpsuit, right? Front and back. And here we go. This is the kind of stuff that I'm hoping we can scan at some point. I know I said like months and months ago I wanted to start scanning things. My scanner is like in a place that's really hard to access, and it's like one of those things where it's like the end of the day and like I've worked all day and I put my kids to bed and I'm like, do I really want to like crawl into that corner and try to make the scanner work? Oh, because I'm old and I'm fat and I'm lazy. But yeah, so that's why you haven't seen any scans yet. But like we have a lot of printed materials of like lobby books and like things people have sent us, posters and things like that. And one of the things that we would really like to do is get that stuff scanned and have it in like a digital archive so that it's all in one place. So you can see kind of, that's the booklet there. We got 2 more things here. First up, and this is someone you might recognize. Yeah, dude. So this is the Armor of God series set, obviously before That Which Shall Not Be Named was released many years later. But you recognize this from the first film. And then there's stills from both of them on the back there. And this is this is a Fortune Star release. So this is a Hong Kong release. And, whoa! There's stuff spilling out left and right here. Oh, it's got like a little, this is kind of cool. It's like a coupon or something. So here's the first film, and it says digitally remastered on there, and that's the classic picture of Jackie from the film. And you've got, this is pretty cool. And then there's the back. And then we have, and there's a comedy special on Jackie Chan on this one as the bonus feature. And then we have the second one. Which you'll see the 88 Films release of that is, I think, that one right there, that orange one. And 88 Films is releasing the first one, actually. And that was one of the things I talked to Frank about. We talked about his commentary track for this film and how. So this was the first Jackie movie, the first Armor of God Operation, the first Armor of God movie was the first movie that, the first Jackie movie that Frank saw, or not Frank, excuse me, FJ, who gave me all these movies, saw in theaters. So that's like one of his favorite films, and that's a movie he knows a lot about. So Frank told me that FJ actually helped him, and so did Rick Myers, collecting information and sources for the audio commentary for that one. So that's something to look forward to. And finally, oh mama, hell to the yes. So I do not have this in our archive, and I have seen so many people like show this off in like Facebook groups and things like that, and I've been like, oh, I want it so hard, and now all of a sudden, I want it so hard. This video is going to be X-rated, and it's not even on purpose. So this is the Police Story set, DVDs, again, Fortune Star. Look at this bad boy. It pulls apart. And then this kind of like makes me think of Hal from 2001. Open the pod bay doors, Hal. I'm sorry, Dave, I can't do that. So let's I'm not sure which side is supposed to pull off here. Here we go. That's what she said. I have to stop. Okay, so let's get the discs out and have a look. Ugh, this is like a mega unboxing video. Okay, here we go. There's Michelle Yeoh, so we know that's the third one. Wow, so these are like in books. Let me show you this. So these are like almost like media books, like, you know, the things that they have in Germany. That is cool, huh? Hell yes, that's the first one. One of the best movies ever. I would go so far as to say that the first three and maybe even the first four films in this series are among the best movies ever. I know there are people who really don't like the second one. I love the second one. I like the second one as much as I like the first one. And there have been periods in my life when Police Story 2 has been my favorite Jackie Chan movie. I just love this movie to death, and I don't care what anybody says. I just think it's amazing. And then, of course, we have Police Story 3, Super Cop. Amazing movie. Especially if you've seen like the extended version. And there you go. There's Michelle. And there is also in here, let me just find where to put these. The Police Story photo album. Yeah. Check that out. What? This is so cool. Honestly, I didn't even know that this was in here. I'm just, because a lot of this is stills from the film. I'm looking for like behind the scenes photos and stuff like that people might think are really cool. This is cool. Look, Maggie's got like her little birthday stuff and she's on her scooter. I'm just like revisiting the movie in my head. Yes, I love this part when they do the publicity shots of Jackie. It always cracks me up. Oh wow, that's cool. This is just a cool like shot of Hong Kong there. From the bus scene. I'm just kind of flipping because a lot of this is just stills from the film, and it's really cool to have, but it's not going to be anything you haven't seen before. So I'm just trying to see if there's like anything that maybe people. This is pretty cool. Wouldn't be familiar with or would just think is really cool to see. This is so cool. I like FJ. Honestly, this is ridiculous and amazing. Are you kidding me? I can't believe you wanted to part with this and then gave it to me. Oh man, this is awesome. All right, so there you go. There you have it. That's the Police Story set. That's the mega unboxing of the big bag of movies that FJ DeSanto passed off to me yesterday when we had lunch together, when I interviewed Frank Chang in person at Loyola Marymount University here in the beautiful city of Los Angeles. My name is Will. It's Hong Kong Cinema Appreciation Society. I thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next time.